What's up, you guys? This is your host, Andrea, with From Mrs. to Ms. I have Michelle in the house with me today, and we are going to break down a few fun things. Aren't we, girl? Is that water or is that tequila we're doing right there?
I got both.
Oh, she's got both. She's got
I'm
both. So
double
we're good.
fisting. I'm trying to hydrate.
I
What
love
our
it.
last episode, hydrate the beaver.
Hydrate the beaver. One sip here and one sip there. Very, very nice. That's
Gotta have
awesome.
balance in your life.
I like
Balance.
it. I like
All about
it.
balance.
That's really, really
Yep.
good. So, I kind of wanted to talk today a little bit about balancing things out. Like we were talking about this earlier, maybe the difference between chemistry and compatibility and how to figure out which one works for you and kind of finding that really great balance of both things. So we were like, okay, let's stop and talk about this on the show because I think it's a really great topic for people to think about because I know for a fact, what do? I tend to go down this crazy chemistry lane all the time. But my reasoning on that, I would have to say, if I was asked by a therapist, not that I am, but I would probably say it's because I didn't really have that in my marriage for a long period of time. So I was married for a very long time. Those who don't kind of know my story, and great man, wonderful father, all of those good things. Just, after a while that I just fell out of love and that chemistry wasn't there for me. And so I was craving it. I wanted the chemistry, the passion, the hot sex. I wanted all of that stuff because I didn't want it in my marriage. So for
Okay,
me,
but let's
coming
let's
out,
just dial it back.
okay.
Did you have it off the beginning, off the top?
We did when we were dating, I feel like when we were dating, and then we were actually about to split up, and then I found out I was pregnant.
The
So
rule is if it's
mhm,
there in the start, you can
mhm,
always regain it. But
you
if it
can
was
always
never
regain
there, you're never going to find it.
it.
So
Okay.
I'm wondering if it wasn't really there in the beginning, because
I was
I think,
young. I was young. I
sure,
was
and I get that.
22, 23 when we were
Same. I
at
was
pace.
19 when I got married.
Yeah. So I don't even know. I mean, I'm just looking back and thinking, yeah, I think it was really great in the beginning. And yeah,
And you were attracted to that.
quite possibly. He was not a lot older than me, just a few years older, but we had a really good relationship and that was really great. But yeah, I think you're right. Maybe it wasn't that great
The
back
rule is
then.
there. If it's there in the beginning, you can always get it back. If it was never there, you can't get it there.
Yeah,
So
because I
that's why
don't.
going forward with new relationships, if you meet someone and they're your best friend and you get along so great, but there's no chemistry, there
Mm-hmm.
will never be chemistry.
Mm. Oh, that's really sad. And you can try. It just makes it very, very difficult, right? I just remember it was a big struggle for me. And there was many points where I felt like I was the problem, which in true fact I probably was because I wasn't into it. But I mean, from the sense of like that I thought it was my body that was like rejecting him and what's wrong with my body and where, my hormones are all out of whack and why am I not turned on and this and that, and I went and got some cream and I got some this and that. But it at the end of the day, it was just I just wasn't there mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, all of the above.
So
So I
let's go
think
back.
that's
You were
what
never
did.
the problem. Us
Yeah.
women go through huge changes between
Yeah.
getting married, becoming a mother. Our
Hmm.
hormones change, our bodies change, our weight changes. My
Hmm.
gosh, no one tells you your rib cage doesn't go back for a year. I mean, I thought, oh my gosh, I've lost all my weight, but none of my dresses are fitting. I get like halfway up my back. No one talks about your rib cage expands to
Oh,
hold the final trimester.
okay.
Takes a
Wow.
year for your rib
Yeah.
cage to go back to its neutral
A
space.
year. Oh my
So I'm sorry, if
gosh.
my rib cage takes a year, I'm sure my hormones are going to take a year minimum.
Quite a long
So,
time. Quite a
and as
long
we know, a
time.
lot of women keep having children. Like they'll
Yeah.
have one and then a year later, they'll have
Hmm.
another, or they'll get pregnant and they'll have
Hmm.
another. Problem is you're not going back to who you truly were when you met. Plus now you're
Yeah.
adjusted and you're changed and you're a mother.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
Mm.
nothing has physically changed in them.
No.
So to them, they're the same. But to
Hmm.
us, we've changed so much. So
Hmm.
that's where it comes down to, is the man that you're with understanding? Does he
Hmm.
see the change? Does he acknowledge the change? Does he ask you what you need, et cetera, et cetera?
Mm. So
How
do
do you
you
need to feel
find,
loved now? You know,
yeah. Do you find you're more about chemistry or compatibility when you're dating? I already know the answer to this, I think.
compatibility,
Yeah.
but the pheromones have to be there.
Yeah, for sure. There has to be something, right? That initial ignition that gets you going, right? Or
And
you,
you, Andrea?
oh, I know I'm all chemistry.
But this is the thing. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
Is it pheromones or is it lust?
Ooh,
So many people are attracted because they see a hot body,
yeah.
a hot physical appearance. But have you sniffed his neck? Do you know if it's pheromones?
Ooh, I do like a good neck sniffing. That's
Just
really
give a hug
hot.
at the end of the day.
It's really hot as
Give
you
a
get
big
me
sniff.
turned on. Yeah, no, I do like that. I do like that for sure. So I'm not sure. I feel like right now I am in this really interesting spot of exploring things and trying to do things a little bit differently than I have in the past. And it's letting whatever comes my way come my way. I'm not going to fight it. And I'm
Yeah.
also using it to just really explore within myself to find new things that interest me, things that I maybe need to do away with that weren't serving me anymore. And I don't even mean people. I just mean like, things that I talked in a previous episode about my vibrator that I'm kind of taking a little hiatus from it, and doing a little experiment to see if I can bring back the sensitivity or the stimulation in my clit. I think
The
I burned it
natural
off.
stimulation.
Yeah, I think I burned that off. So so I'm trying to, do different things. So now looking forward, when I'm looking to meet somebody, I am trying to not be so much into the chemistry. I'm trying to go a little bit more about the compatibility or look for something different, the sustainability and the safety and all of that good stuff. You guys all know I'm always like, I like the tall guy, the hot guy, this guy,
You're
he's got the
very
nice arms.
physically driven. And look,
Yeah.
I get that. I
Yeah.
I just know for me, I was a nerd all through high school. I was a nerd in college.
Uh-huh.
So for me, I was the ugly swan.
Oh, and you're beautiful. You're like the ugly duckling that blossomed.
Well, I should have called myself the ugly duckling. But yeah, now I'm a swan. No,
You're a
I
swan.
think so. I feel like I need to see the underdog.
Mm-hmm.
I think I seek them out because normally they're incredible partners.
Yeah.
Because if they're
Yeah.
really good looking, I'm sorry, but most of the time they're led by ego.
Yep. Very
And most of the time there's
shallow.
a ton of other women. And normally there's cheating involved. It's
Yep.
very rare to have a very attractive partner that is not cheating. I know it sounds
Yes.
horrible. I'm just going to call a spade a spade.
But very true.
So to me, I think the big thing is about learning what's attracting you to that other partner.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the fact that you see yourself in them? Is it that you have commonalities with them? Is it because they make you feel a certain way? Because again, when we look inward,
Mm-hmm.
normally there's damage.
Yeah.
So for me right now, I'm feeling a little low. I'll be very honest.
Yeah.
I've not felt myself lately. I don't feel attractive. My body's changed. I'm going in menopause.
Mm-hmm.
My hairdresser cut my hair too short. I'm too dark for what I like, but I'm just explaining that
Sure.
I'm feeling less than. So the problem is now if I go on a date, I don't feel confident. So I
Yeah.
know I may meet someone that either will prey on my lack of confidence
Mm-hmm.
currently. Like I'm not saying it's going to last more than a week, this issue, but I'm just saying right now, if I went on a date, I could be preyed on,
Yeah.
or I would look for someone to help me feel better. Both of
Mm-hmm.
those are not healthy places to
Yeah.
date.
Yeah.
So it's better for me to hide inside until I start to feel better. Go out with your
Yeah.
girlfriends, things like that. Where, because I want to go out and I want to show the better side of me
Yeah.
to a date or even sitting at a bar and meet some random person that comes talks to you.
Yeah.
Because if I'm sitting in a good place and I feel good inside and my
Mm-hmm.
confidence is good and someone talks to me, I know I'm in a good place to attract a good person.
Yeah.
But if I'm hurting, most likely I'm going to attract someone that's hurt as well. And then
But
normally it's either lust or you're trauma bonding.
yeah. But I love that you recognize that. So to me, even though you don't feel emotionally healthy, maybe, about yourself or physically healthy, you are being very emotionally healthy in the way you're thinking, because you're not like, I can't stand that when the ones that are just in that headspace and then, they're not really ready to date, they're not really ready to have any kind of relationship, and they come out, and that's of course what they've got all over their dating profiles is I'm emotionally healthy. Think you are. Yeah. And then
Well, the
they come
things
up.
on your profile looks like you're pretty messed up. Like if you're a gold digger, don't respond. If you've used Face App, don't
Right.
respond. If you've like all these like big X's on there, I'm
Oh
like, dude, you
yeah.
need therapy.
Therapy. And they're like, but I'm emotionally available. And you're like, you are not. So I
You're
love that you reckon.
broken.
Yeah. And I love that you recognize that. And it's okay to be broken at times. It's just what you do with it that matters. It's the ones that are broken that just like to stay in that broken spot and they want somebody else to fix them. I'm not
Yeah.
fixing anybody this year. That's another one
No.
that's really good. I don't want to. I don't want to, I've spent enough time trying to work. It's hard enough to work on yourself, much less try to fix somebody else. It's
Yeah.
rough out there.
Everyone's so unattractive and so
Mm,
unemployed. And I was like, wow, I really need to go back to California.
yeah. Well, I think that's super funny when you see everybody on there is listed as like a CEO or something. I mean, come on, really?
VP
Everybody
of
puts,
sales. Are you
mm-hmm.
selling cardboard out of the back of your
Yeah,
truck or your
exactly.
mom's garage because you live in the
Exactly.
basement?
I love when you say mum,
Oh,
mum.
sorry, I'm English. I'm
I
English,
know.
just don't have an accent anymore. I'll say mum. Oh, mum, thanks
Mum,
very
you've
much.
always
I'll
said
start
that
really
since I've
sounding
known you.
English. Yeah, that means
Yeah,
right on.
so I think it's interesting. And maybe you know what though, maybe that's growth as well when you go back on the dating sites and then you see them in with a different lens. You're seeing things so differently. Someone that you might have, I've done that actually when I go back on there and I've seen somebody and I was like, a year ago or 2 years ago, for sure I would have been swiping on them, regardless of what their profile said. I'm like, is or whatever. And now I just have no desire for that. I'm truly reading the profiles and not just like swiping just to swipe. And then I get rid of the ones that are like, I have no tolerance for somebody who can't communicate and talk. It's like two sentences, and I'm like, yeah, not for me.
Or the ones that have been on 3 different apps because you've been
Yeah.
on 2 maybe, and you've seen the same pictures. Like I was living in Los
Excuse because
Angeles
we're
for
on two. Three
two
is
and
a
a half
no
years. No, no.
no.
I lasted on an app for like a week.
Yeah.
So I was living in California for 2 years. And so I shot back being like, I swear we've matched. And you use this exact same line. He's like, ha
Oh
ha
no.
ha. Well, I'll let my therapist know that I'm repeating my lines. I'm just like, oh God, do I
Oh
want to bear this for
no.
another moment? And instead I was gonna delete him. I thought,
Yeah.
no, I'm gonna experiment here. Let's toy with the man child.
Yeah.
And
Man
I
child.
responded back something like, uh, yeah, I've only been on the app for 2 days. I'm looking for love. And he's like, yeah, well, listen, I have 2 evenings out and I would like to phone and use the good old phone on the app. So don't run off to Vegas and get married before we chat. And like, I'm giving him like an age, like he's 80. He's like
Yeah.
45.
Yeah. I'm like,
I
who
don't
are
know
you
why I'm
dating?
making him like Wilbur. Um, anyways, I end up saying again, you're using a lot of marriage references. Is this how you relate to women with sarcasm? I
Yeah.
totally was like, you know what? Fuck you,
Good for
motherfucker. I'm going to
you,
teach you a
though.
lesson. And you know what?
Good
He
for
goes,
you.
that's the first person that have called me out on that. And you're right. I use this with everyone. I'm like, you know what? It's not attractive and it
Not
doesn't work.
attractive.
So change it or go seek help.
Yes. Yes.
His name's Michael,
Absolutely.
everyone. Run.
Run.
You're on Hinge in Canada. Run.
No, and I think that it would be so beneficial to have something out there where people can. I've thought that many times when I'm flipping through and I see people's photos or something they've said, and I don't want to swipe on them because I don't want to give them false hope, but I also just want to swipe on them just to go, hey, buddy, change your picture. It's horrible. And then delete them. So I think that people can really use some help in that stuff, whatever they're saying,
Yeah.
whatever they're putting out there. It's just bad,
I
right?
know we're supposed to be talking about love and
Yeah,
lust
we went
and
on a different, we
chemistry
went
and all
to
that
dating
stuff, but I
sites.
have to talk about one more thing. There are so many men out there that will like list. I remember when I was in California, like, if you have any STDs, don't match with me. If you have children, don't match with me. If you have anything fake, like fake breasts or fake lips, don't match with me. And I'm thinking, well, I have hair extensions. So
Yeah.
fuck you, motherfucker. And so I actually matched with him and I was like, fuck you. No, I didn't say fuck you. I'm like, you know what? Learn that there are really good women that have had either
Mm-hmm.
reconstruction or they like,
Yep.
I was on chemotherapy, so I have hair extensions. So
Yep.
fuck you. This isn't
Yeah,
a
you don't
vanity thing. This
know.
is a health thing.
Yeah.
But I did go on. I know I'm getting a little angry. I tend to get a little angry.
Well, here, that's right.
I need something better going on in my life. No, I love you, Andrea. So
Uh-huh.
when you're looking at chemistry and compatibility,
Hmm.
I want the women out there to be honest with themselves. So
Hmm.
many women join dating apps and they're like, oh, he seems okay, but this red flagged me, but I'm going to go on a date with them anyways.
Hmm.
No, your gut went off on their profile. Do
Yeah.
not step out on a date.
Yep.
And then if you
Exactly.
go on a date and you put up with their ogreness or their macho-ness or their ego. And then you're like, but they seem like a good human inside. You are setting yourself up. So
Mm-hmm.
please note there's a reason why women have incredible intuition and use it. And if it
Mm-hmm.
starts saying,
Trust your gut.
hey, I don't feel good in this moment, or this person doesn't appeal to me, or something, even though he seems good on paper,
Mm-hmm.
something is going off in my body. Please
Yeah.
trust it.
And you know, there's quite often we mistake certain signals and warning signs for something else. And I've heard
Yeah.
that before. Butterflies. Often, you know, we'll go, "Did you get butterflies when
Nerves.
you kissed?" Yeah, it's quite often not what we think it is. When you get the
Right.
butterflies and stuff, it's quite often a warning sign of, "Hey, just check yourself or check him, you know, something might be going on." I think that when your body's more at peace and you're calm with somebody, that's more of a green flag than anything.
You've just brought up something that's huge. All our
I
lives
try.
we're taught when you feel butterflies, you're
Mm-hmm.
with a guy you're supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Butterflies, guys, we're not talking about butterflies' nerves. We're talking about the excitement, like the
Yes.
thrill. So if you can't wait to see them, or you can't wait for their call because you're
Mm-hmm.
so happy when you talk to them, that will not be a sensation in your stomach. That'll
Yeah.
be in your heart and your brain.
Yes.
If you feel something in your gut and you feel nerves, those are not butterflies. That
Mhm.
is saying run. Those
Yeah.
are nerves. That's
Yes.
anxiety. Like, let's be honest. I think, again, we were taught, women are supposed to be submissive. Women are supposed to have butterflies. Oh, if a man, like, pushes us around the playground when we're kids, he likes
Mhm.
us. If a man makes fun of us when we're in our teens, he likes us. No.
Mm-mm.
And again, if we are agreeing with this behavior and we're allowing this behavior to be in our lives, we are encouraging them to behave this way.
Yeah.
Act the woman, because
Absolutely.
women are always like, this man, this hurt me, this happened, this, that. Yeah, but have you ever stopped and said, this isn't okay?
Yeah,
You can't treat me like this. Most women are too scared to.
of course.
Too many women are too scared to say, hey, that doesn't please me. Too many
Yeah.
women are saying, don't say, hey, I need more, or I need to
Yeah.
feel safe. Again, let's bring it back. Guys, we're in charge here. We're
Yeah.
women. We
Well,
bring life.
we brought that up about, you know, having first date or the second date or whatever that might
Yeah.
be. It's kind of, you know, we are in a position that we speak for ourselves, for our bodies. It's our temple. It's we do with it what we want. So why are we giving permission for them to invade our space when we don't want it in a certain period of time?
As we were raised by our mothers to be
Yeah.
good and kind and hug
Obedient.
strangers
Hmm.
and be, I would say, what's the word? Graceful.
Yeah.
But the thing is, being graceful is used in the wrong way.
Hmm.
Living with grace is just being a person that holds great morals and ethics.
Hmm.
It doesn't mean hug strangers. And if you're uncomfortable getting in an elevator or you're uncomfortable bringing a man in your apartment, to
Hmm.
let them in.
Yeah. Yeah. Great point. What do you think about? I had a conversation about this the other day about you brought up lust and infatuation and smitten. And how do you think all of those things play out? I was having this whole conversation because I'm just going to drop a little bit that I'm a little smitten right now. I'm in a smitten thing right now.
I love that you're smitten.
I
I'm
am
living vicariously
I
through
know.
Andrea's
I'm
smittenness.
very smitten, and so is the other person. So we've had that whole conversation. It's very, very cute. Okay, so but at what point does it no longer become smitten? Does it go to infatuation? Is that before? I don't know where that all lies
No,
in.
smitten and infatuation shouldn't be the same, because
Yeah.
infatuation is normally when you project something on someone. Like, oh my gosh, you're good looking. You seem nice. I'm hurting inside. You want to
Hmm.
make out with me. I'm infatuated with you in the moment because you're giving me exactly what I need and I'm attracted to you chemistry like.
Oh.
Smitten is, it's almost like you have that excitement
Hmm.
of, smitten should be over good things.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? For me,
Yeah.
smitten is innocent. Smitten is,
Yes.
oh my gosh, I've met someone that's very meets my soul and their soul, and we have similar morals and ethics, and we talk the same, and we giggle at the same. I shouldn't say you words giggle. Men would be like, ugh, but laugh at the same thing,
Yeah.
or you share common ground. This is
Yeah.
what's interesting is as we get older, lust and love changes. When
Yes.
I was younger, if a guy was good looking or he paid attention to me because I was going through a horrible time in my childhood,
Yeah.
I was smitten. Now, if I'm smitten, it's because someone sees me.
Mm.
Someone sees me, I feel safe. They see me for me. They don't care. Like if I FaceTime with them without makeup, they want to see me in my sweatpants. It's not about,
Mhm.
hey, are you putting on your Louboutins and wearing a sexy outfit tonight?
Right. And I think it's
No.
also just what you said about where those that the butterflies are in your heart and in your head. They're not in
Yeah.
that weird place. Ooh, girl,
Yeah.
I'm
You,
smitten then.
well, no, I
I'm gonna
love that you're spitting. And I think, again, it's hard. Like, listen, I'm gonna be honest, hearing Andrea so smitten, I was like, oh God, I love that feeling. But I was still celebrating you. I was still like,
Yes,
oh
you're
my
right.
gosh, I'm so happy for you. I hope this is it.
Yeah,
At the same time, I told her, please don't put your eggs all in one basket. I
I
don't mean
did.
go on other dates. I
Yeah,
meant take your time.
yeah.
Because when we do meet someone who we're smitten with, and we do
Mhm.
meet someone who matches us on so many levels, it's so exciting. And we sometimes dive in so fast
Yes.
that it's almost like, and I brought this same metaphor up to Andrea, it's almost like a baby learning to run before they walk. They're going to
Yeah.
fall on their face and graze their face and smash their face. Um, it's very important when you do meet someone who you do meet on all these levels that you do say to them, look, I'm so excited about you, but I wanted us to take our time.
Mhm.
And I'm talking to you right now. No 3 hour phone calls every night, no 2 hour phone
Mhm.
calls every night. It should be half an hour max, because the whole point is until you're back in each other's arms again. Because
Mhm.
again, this is long distance. Let's be honest right
Yes.
now.
Yes.
It is very important when you're dating, keep the communication to a minimum when you're not in front of them, because
Yeah.
women can get very attached
Mhm.
emotionally
Mhm.
without being physically around someone.
Mhm.
And the
Wow. Yeah, and
difference
I
is you
just
have
had
to
that
be,
literal conversation. Go on.
yeah. And the thing is, Andrea is now on this lovely path, and I'm so excited for her. But you could get to the city, we're not going to say what city,
Yeah.
and it may not feel the same next time.
Yes.
You don't know.
Totally. I
So all you have
know.
to do is check yourself, say, look, I'm super excited. Allow yourself to feel excited.
Mhm.
Allow yourself to feel that potential love, but don't
Yep.
start doodling his last name on your notebooks, and,
I
don't start telling
haven't done
everyone about him, because
that.
actually sometimes if we meet someone we like, have you ever noticed
Mhm.
this? If we really like someone, we don't tell a lot of people. We'll tell a couple,
Mm.
because it's almost like it's our secret and we want to make sure
Secret.
it's okay. And
Yeah. It's like
it's,
getting
we
pregnant
don't want
and
anyone to have
not too
judgment.
soon. Yeah.
Let's say someone's like, but Andrew, your life's in LA. Why would you think of moving to blah, blah, blah to have a relationship? See,
Yeah.
so many people can impede how we feel about another.
Yeah.
So if you do feel a connection with someone, be
Yeah.
careful how much you share. Not
Yes.
everyone is in your corner to celebrate you.
So true. So true. Yeah. And often, yeah, not in a good way. I do remember actually going to a psychic, this is years ago, and the psychic said something exactly that, because that is kind of my nature. I'm a very sharing person. Obviously, I have this podcast. I like to share things. I like to tell stories and help people. I'm like the girl in line at the grocery store that can't stand it that I'm the only one with a coupon, and I gotta have everybody has a coupon. So I gotta tell them. But the psychic said something about, be careful of this, your surroundings, of your people, because not everybody's in your corner, and some are coming from a jealous perspective, and not always, you can kind of figure out who your true friends are that are genuinely happy for you, but you got to be careful when they do try to sabotage a little bit. You got to
Hey,
taper it
listen, a
back.
lot of us women are single.
Yeah.
And just so you know, the numbers in Vancouver where I am, I think it's, what is it? 6 to 1 single men to
What?
women between the age of 35 and 55.
6 men to 1 woman.
6 women.
Oh, they had it wrong. I'm like, are we in Alaska? 6 women to 1 man.
So the problem is the women here have not spoke up, have
Yeah.
not put their men in their place, and the men here are unfortunately untrained. Let's use that word. I was going to say
Mm.
it much horrible, much more horrible
Yeah.
word. Because again, the women are so scared to lose this one boyfriend, because they all, and by the way, all the men know each other in this town.
Oh
I so
God.
miss LA,
That
because
sounds
LA, you can go on 20
horrible.
dates and no one knows each
No
other.
one
I know I'm
knows.
going to come hang out with
Yeah.
you in LA and put on
Yeah.
my
Please do.
hinge, go on some
Let's
dates.
change it up.
Um, but like again, love and lust. Like my ex, we were together almost a year, and we knew each other for a decade, and we were best friends, and we worked together. And I was so scared to take it to a level of relationship.
Mhm.
And then we did, and we had the friendship. We had the professional side we understood together. So we had the compatibility.
Mhm.
And then when we kissed for the first time, there was huge chemistry. And I was like, oh my
Mhm.
God, I've won the lottery. Like, this is it. I mean, other
Mm.
than the fact that he was very short and I'm very tall, I was like, that's interesting. Okay,
Interesting.
whomever up there is like saying this is your match. And unfortunately, we did end things.
Yeah.
And we are still very good friends. We ended things because I moved away, and we
Mhm.
both have a lot going on. The distance was just a lot.
Yeah.
But the sad part is we still get along. We still talk every day, or every day,
Mm,
sorry, every 2 days, every 3 days. And we are completely open with each other. But,
right.
again, was it enough?
Yeah.
There were so many things that I loved about him, but there were things that didn't match up. And unfortunately, us women, if we are above the average level of education, or we're, um, I would say entrepreneurial, because that's an
Hmm.
independent thinker,
Hmm.
most men like submissive women.
Yeah.
And I did find in California that men actually really appreciated a smarter woman.
Mm,
Where here in Canada, they want them dumb and young, and I still meet guys that are like, "Hey, you're beautiful, blah blah blah," but
yeah. They
they're
just
not at
like to,
par.
yeah.
So for me, it's I might go younger, or I might go a lot older, or a matchmaker called me the other day who's a girlfriend of mine. She's like, "Please tell me you're single. I found someone and there's no one in Vancouver like you." And I was like, "Huh, ironically, I'm single." But of course, she's like, "Send me body shots and photos." I'm like, "What?
Ah,
What are you doing?
do
It's winter.
it, do
I'm
it.
white.
We
I
need to
am
do
white."
that. You need
Like,
to be the experiment for this matchmaker thing. yes. Can you
oh no,
document
I've
this?
already sent in my stuff. I'm supposed to meet him in a week or so. He's away. Supposedly he's slightly shorter than me, but very successful. His name's
Uh-huh.
Greg. If you're listening, I'm kidding. He won't be listening. I guess his kids are older, which is great because mine's grown.
Uh-huh.
And she says he's amazing. But
Oh my God. Okay. Wait, I want to hear, we need feedback on this and kind of document it as you go along so we can get some good, when you do actually go out on a date with him, I want to know how this whole thing works. Because I've really thought about
yeah,
that, the whole matchmaking side. I've actually tried to put myself on rosters for, people that they bring in that they're looking for somebody, because that you can do for free. You can be on anybody's roster.
see, I'm
And
not a typical
usually,
roster person.
well, but the idea for me compared to dating sites is
Mhm.
so much better, because the people that are coming in looking for their match, they are paying usually a substantial amount
ten
of
to
money.
$25,000 a month.
Absolutely. So they're
Yeah, it's a
serious
lot.
and they're
Yep.
dating with intent and purpose, and they want to find that person. And that's why they're
So
so
have you been
picky.
matched?
No, no,
Okay.
I just
So
recently did that.
millionaire matchmaker Patty,
Hmm.
who's now on friggin' Netflix, which I can't
Hmm.
believe the
I
show
know.
is
I've
so
just been
old.
watching it.
She set me up and I was like 32 maybe. Didn't even tell the guy I had a kid.
Oh
Oh no,
no.
I was younger then because
Wait, were
Renora
you
was only
on the
like, oh, I shouldn't say
show
her.
or
We
you
had
were
to cut her
just
name.
this through
My
a friend?
daughter, we have to cut her name. My daughter was only about 8. So I was about
Okay.
30. And it was a
Wow.
very well-known Hollywood producer.
Yeah.
And I got to dinner and he seemed very nice. And we started talking about our lives. And then I said, I have a daughter. And he just looked taken back. And he said, well,
Huh.
I'm not into kids. I'm like, Patty didn't tell you I
Patty.
have a kid? Oh no, the date was over. I was sent in a car within 20 minutes. Like
Oh
I
my
couldn't believe how
gosh.
rejected I felt. And again, I want to bring this up. Women out there, if you're a single mom and you get rejected like I do,
Yeah.
sayonara, motherfucker. Like
Yeah.
sayonara, I can't even talk. See you later, motherfucker. It's the tequila. I feel like I feel like the guy looked at me and said, "You have baggage." And when I
Hmm.
told my great guy friend, who's
Hmm.
very gay, that I
Hmm.
that he said this, he goes, "Darling, you have Louis Vuitton baggage. He can go fuck himself." But
There
listen,
you
again,
go.
but we deal with this. Like we deal with this as like, oh, you can't be too, like, I don't know if you saw the speech on Barbie, the movie Barbie.
Yes.
You
Yes.
can't be too smart. You can't be too
Hmm.
confident. You can't be too skinny because then they think you're unhealthy. But if you're curvy, then you're overeating. Like, it's
Yes.
like you can't
Can't
win. It's
win.
like if you're too smart, if you're too stupid, if you're too this, too that, too that's like if you've had cosmetic surgery, then you're fake. If you haven't, then maybe
Hmm.
you're humble and boring. Like,
Yeah. You can't win.
I'm sorry, but
It's rough.
when it comes down to lust and love,
Hmm.
it's such a shame because I think the problem is everything has become fast
Hmm.
food, Amazon deliveries, same day, overnight. Everything is fast that everyone wants that instant
Instant
love,
gratification.
instant connection, instant gratification. Exactly. And the problem is that is not real. That is
Yeah.
not real. So when we talk about compatibility and chemistry,
Hmm.
is the chemistry pheromones or is it lust? If it's lust, it won't last.
Yeah. There's a reason why there's only one letter difference.
Yeah, last.
Lust and last.
Lust and
No,
last.
I
That's the
think
title of this
that's
episode. Lust and last. Will it last with
lust and
lust?
last. I think that's great. Yeah, I really agree with you. And I think that we all need to be searching more for the compatibility over the chemistry, because that chemistry is gonna fade.
you need
unfortunately.
some though. Let's be
Yeah.
honest. You
Oh
need some.
yeah.
It doesn't have to be lust chemistry, but it has
Yeah.
to feel
Something that
like
draws you in.
there has to be something because my girlfriends that do have really long-term relationships always say the same thing to me. You
Mm.
have to be attracted to them because when they're really pissing you off, you say, yeah, but they still have a cute butt, or they
Yeah.
still are hot in that shower, or they
You
still
have
look
to have
good. They
something.
still smell yummy with that cologne, even though you're like, fuck, I hate them in this moment, And I think for my problem is I have been attracted to men for their intelligence or their individuality or their entrepreneurial
Yeah.
persona instead of their body. But when they
Mhm.
do piss me off, I'm like, I don't want to be around you.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, I think that we've given both our take on it. I've started leaning more towards that. I think I'm over my chemistry phase. I'm moving into the compatibility phase, which right now it's both. So it's great. It's very exciting. But we'll update you on that at a later time. I need to make sure it's like good. Like I'm past the first trimester at some
Oh my
point. So I
God, you're
need
still
to
vomiting,
get to
right? I'm kidding.
yeah, I'm still vomiting. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you guys for joining us once again this week. It was great talking with you, and we will see you again next week. Have a great week. Bye.